Cannabis is a genus of flowering plants in the family Cannabaceae. The number of species within the genus is disputed. 3 species may be recognized: Cannabis sativa, Cannabis indica, and Cannabis ruderalis. C. ruderalis may be included within C. sativa. All 3 may be treated as subspecies of a single species. C. sativa or C. sativa may be accepted as a single undivided species. The genus is widely accepted as being indigenous to and originating from Central Asia, with some researchers also including Upper South Asia in its origin. The plant is also known as hemp, although this term is often used to refer only to varieties of cannabis cultivated for non-drug use. Cannabis has long been used for hemp fiber, hemp seeds and their oils, hemp leaves for use as vegetables and as juice, medicinal purposes, and as a recreational drug. Industrial hemp products are made from cannabis plants selected to produce an abundance of fiber. To satisfy the UN Narcotics Convention, some cannabis strains have been bred to produce minimal levels of tetrahydrocannabinol, the principal psychoactive constituent. Some strains have been selectively bred to produce a maximum of THC, the strength of which is enhanced by curing the fruits. Various compounds, including hashish and hash oil, are extracted from the plant. In the US, industrial hemp is classified by the federal government as cannabis containing no more than 0.3% THC by dry weight. This classification was established in the 2018 Farm Bill and was refined to include hemp-sourced extracts, cannabinoids, and derivatives in the definition of hemp. Globally, in 2013, 60,400 kilograms of cannabis were produced legally. In 2014 there were an estimated 182.5 million cannabis users. This percentage did not change significantly between 1998 and 2014. Cannabis is an annual, dioecious, flowering herb. The leaves are palmately compound or digitate, with serrate leaflets. The first pair of leaves usually have a single leaflet, the number gradually increasing up to a maximum of about 13 leaflets per leaf, depending on variety and growing conditions. At the top of a flowering plant, this number again diminishes to a single leaflet per leaf. The lower leaf pairs usually occur in an opposite leaf arrangement and the upper leaf pairs in an alternate arrangement on the main stem of a mature plant. The leaves have a peculiar and diagnostic venation pattern that enables persons poorly familiar with the plant to distinguish a cannabis leaf from unrelated species that have confusingly similar leaves. As is common in serrated leaves, each serration has a central vein extending to its tip. However, the serration vein originates from lower down the central vein of the leaflet, typically opposite to the position of not the first notch down, but the next notch. This means that on its way from the midrib of the leaflet to the point of the serration, the vein serving the tip of the serration passes close by the intervening notch. Sometimes the vein will actually pass tangent to the notch, but often it will pass by at a small distance, and when that happens a spur vein branches off and joins the leaf margin at the deepest point of the notch. This venation pattern varies slightly among varieties, but in general it enables one to tell cannabis leaves from superficially similar leaves without difficulty and without special equipment. Tiny samples of cannabis plants also can be identified with precision by microscopic examination of leaf cells and similar features, but that requires special expertise and equipment. All known strains of cannabis are wind-pollinated and the fruit is an achene. Most strains of cannabis are short-day plants, with the possible exception of C. sativa subsp. Sativa var. Spontanea, which is commonly described as auto-flowering, and may be day-neutral. Cannabis is predominantly dioecious, having imperfect flowers, with staminate male, and pistillate female, flowers occurring on separate plants. Quote, at a very early period the Chinese recognized the cannabis plant as dioecious, and the Area Dictionary defined shishi, male cannabis, and fufu, female cannabis. Male flowers are normally borne on loose panicles, and female flowers are borne on racemes. Many monoecious varieties have also been described, in which individual plants bear both male and female flowers. Subdioechy is widespread. Many populations have been described as sexually labile. As a result of intensive selection in cultivation, cannabis exhibits many sexual phenotypes that can be described in terms of the ratio of female to male flowers occurring in the individual, or typical in the cultivar. Dioecious varieties are preferred for drug production, where the fruits are used. Dioecious varieties are also preferred for textile fiber production, whereas monoecious varieties are preferred for pulp and paper production. It has been suggested that the presence of mono-C can be used to differentiate licit crops.